Hello and welcome to the It Takes All Kinds podcast, episode 224. We're recording this on Friday, July 11th. You'll be hearing this on Monday, July 14th. Carson.
It's actually July 12th for you, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But whenever it crossed over to the midnight hour, I figured I would account for, you being on the West Coast and some bullshit like that.
Well, I appreciate it. It is the entertainment capital of the world out here, even with all the...
The world revolves truly around L.A.
It does.
Beautiful, sunny L.A.
Beautiful, sunny L.A., where everything is fine and there's nothing wrong here. Don't look over here now.
Don't look at our parks.
Don't look at our parks, or don't look at anything. Just don't look over here. And fuck ice. Gavin, happy to be here with you. Boy, oh boy, what a week it's been. I am so excited to jump in to all the things we have to talk about. Sorry, I just took a hit of my Juul. First up, Ozzy Osbourne's last concert happened. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Trump complimenting the... What I don't even know what was he?
He
wasn't the president of Liberia, was he?
It may have been the president.
Yeah, it was the president of Liberia. That makes it even more fun.
Worse.
Insane. So we're going to talk about Trump complimenting the president of Liberia on his English, even though that country speaks English. That's their native language. Larry David and Barack Obama are going to start a sketch comedy show for HBO.
6 episodes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
so we're going to jump into that later, which I'm excited to. I saw that last night when I was coming out of Superman, which I saw opening night. If you know me, you know I hate superhero movies. So it's very weird that I went and saw it opening night, and I'm excited to talk about it because it was truly an eye-opening experience.
Yeah. I was going to say, are you coming around to superhero movies now? I guess we'll ask you that later in the episode. Carson, don't answer that question. It's rhetorical.
Couldn't have ended any better.
So, yeah, Carson, how was your week, man?
It was great. I got to take a little vacation and drive. I spent July 4th just seeing the country from LA to Phoenix.
I'm on vacation.
So I spent about less than 48 hours in the Phoenix area visiting your brother, our friend Sean, which was very fun.
I'm on that good cushion alcohol.
It's always nice. It's nice having like a place to vacation to that's like close enough, and also like see a friend, like an old friend. I mean, I have friends out here. I have other friends too, though. So that was nice. We went swimming, which was very nice. We went and saw a Diamondbacks game. Diamondbacks got absolutely destroyed by the Kansas City Royals, and I'm not a fan of either, but it was an absolute ass whooping. And oh my God, I never want to be in a baseball stadium that's that warm ever again, even though it was closed until the fireworks show at the end. Because the smell brewing in that stadium is truly something I've never experienced before. There's quite a sour stench that was coming from behind Sean and I during the ending of the game, and I was not quite drunk enough to not notice it. So that was fun. We actually really didn't watch much of the game. I think we watched probably like 2 innings, and then we walked around the stadium for most of the game until the 8th inning. But it was fun. It's an interesting.
Did you guys get there on time?
No,
I didn't think so. Whenever you guys, I think Sean took a picture, or no, you took a picture of Sean in the Uber.
Yeah.
And I went to my sports app, the real sports app. And I was like, this game is starting the bottom of the 2nd inning.
I didn't get to Sean's place until the game was starting.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I still had the change, and then we ordered an Uber, so we didn't get there until like, I don't know, it was like the fourth, fifth, something.
Third inning maybe.
Third inning, yeah. It wasn't too bad. I mean, we didn't miss. Well, we actually missed.
All it takes is like 2 hits and it blows up an inning. Like it makes it like a 40-minute long inning.
Well, and that's what happened because it was like 5-. I checked on our ride on the Uber, and it was like already 5-2 or something, and I was like, "Holy shit, we missed a lot." I've also never experienced heat like that before. Like it gets hot here, but like we got up to 112 for like a day last year. But that fucking heat down there is something to not speak of. It's awful. It was like 115. It wasn't 115 in Phoenix while I was there, but in the desert, like in between, it was like Palm Springs, Palm Desert area, which is California. I think it was like 115, and it was windy, and that wind does not feel good. It's not a nice. It's not like a breeze. It's like, oh no, that hurts. That's painful.
I will say that like it is funny because on occasion, or every few days or so, my dad will send us like a weather update of our 3 cities of like St. Louis, Minneapolis, and Phoenix. And Minneapolis is usually like cooler.
Yeah, a lot cooler.
But and it's been fucking beautiful this whole week.
I imagine. Like, what's the highest it got up to?
I think it got up to maybe like 80, 86, 87 maybe, but it was like fucking beautiful. It was like a breeze was going the whole time too. It wasn't like a solid heat.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I forgot to mention over the weekend I went to a Popeyes where I was expecting to go in and sit, but you can't at this Popeyes.
Oh. Okay.
So there was just like there were 3 people. It was one of the hotter days over the weekend, last weekend. And there were these 3 people standing out front, and they didn't look homeless. But so that's why I was like, even if they were homeless, I'm like, okay, I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't have anything. And I'm in my work gear too. So I look like I'm about to go to work. So it's like, you know, and I it's just like, hey, I'm working, hey, hold on, I'm working. Give me a second. So I like walked up to him and I was like, can we go inside? And they're like, no. And I'm like, they're like, yeah, we can't go inside anymore. They closed it. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, I don't know. They just locked it. And they told us they were like, they don't serve inside anymore. And I was like, huh. So they like made a window to the outside, like next to the door to get in.
Fuck?
Yeah. And the person who was taking the orders was like super skittish. Like she came up to the window. She's like, "Can I help you?" And I was like, "Yeah. Can I get like a 3-finger combo?" And she was like, "Okay, yeah." And she's like, "What would you like to drink?" And I'm like, "Dr. Pepper." And then like,
were you in like the worst part of town or something?
No, it's not. Like it's right across the street from my hospital. And I'm like,
that's weird.
Yeah, I was like, it's not like necessarily like the best area, but like, compared to St. Louis.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or compared to other parts of the city. Like there's other worse parts of the city. And like,
is there like a prison nearby?
No. And that's the thing. She was just super skittish. And whenever she handed me, or she like, didn't open the window to tell me my food was ready. I just had to like peek in the window and saw like there was a bag there. And then she looked around the corner for me, and then she like stuck my food out.
And then ran away. That's
so
weird.
And then shut the window really closely.
Well, and maybe it was like a front for something.
No, I think then maybe there was something that happened in that Popeyes. I mean, famously like the one in St. Charles did have like a fight breakout. Like the manager came out and like beat up a customer.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
You remember that? That was like 2 years ago.
Maybe.
I'll have to find that story, but
there's a Popeyes near me that I've never been to, and I don't think I've ever seen a car there.
Yeah, that's the other thing is there was like no cars in the parking lot, and I was like, well, and it's like it's like I don't know, like 11 o'clock on a Sunday or something like that. I'm like, it's not like, I mean, I wouldn't expect it to be popping, but
popping.
But that's the thing is like there's not like decrepit buildings or anything near this. It's just like there's businesses like a block down. And it's like weird. A bus stop right across, like it's actually right across the street from a bus stop in my hospital.
That's weird.
It's just bizarre. I was just like, all right.
Very strange.
Yeah, very strange.
That reminded me on the drive to Arizona. I think I saw this sign last time, but maybe not, because this time I was like really surprised by it. But it really felt like I was in the Old West, even though it's on a highway. But there's a sign on the highway at like a certain point, like right before the border to Arizona, that says like next exit state prison. Do not pick up any hitchhikers. And I was like, whoa, okay. And it was like the most like worn down like sign I'd ever seen that just like been there forever.
Well,
I don't know.
That sign, Carson, had been up 1 week.
Oh shit. That's how bad it is out there. Mm-hmm. But then like this prison's like this is in the middle of nowhere. In the prison, you can just like barely see it way off in the distance. And this must be some like fucking maximum security looking prison, because it looked fucking crazy. I don't know what prison is, and I haven't looked it up, but I'd never seen that sign before ever.
You've never seen prison before?
I've never seen a prison before. That's a lie. I've seen a prison. There's a wedding venue back in St. Louis that I went to a few times that was near a prison, which was strange. So there's that. Gavin, also this past week on July 5th, I think. July 5th. Yeah, last Saturday. Out in, believe, where was that? Birmingham. Black Sabbath. Ozzy Osbourne played his final show as a performer. And I brought this up. Before I brought it up, did you even know that this happened? Be honest.
I did know that this
honest.
happened.
Okay.
I did know that this happened. I just didn't care.
That's fine. It was a big deal. It was like, I remember when it was announced and I was like, oh, it's crazy. And because like so many people were like, that I follow were like buying tickets to fly out there and see it and yada, yada. I think you had like 41,000 people attended it. Just crazy. That's so many people. But
that's just a normal baseball game in the United States though.
How many does Bush hold?
45.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that. It just surprised me because a little tangent here. Paul McCartney announced that he is going on tour. And
you know what cities he's hitting?
Minneapolis. I saw that. Did you apply for a pre-sale or anything?
No.
Because
I mean, it might be the last time. But
That's
it will
thing.
probably be the last time. But I'm like,
but you've already seen him.
I've already seen him. I saw him like 9 years ago.
So like, don't fucking hog it for. Not doing
well, that's the thing is I was like, someone else can like. It would be cool to go and stuff like that, but it's like I don't want to spend $210 or however much it possibly could be, because it's a big stadium and it can hold a lot of people. Yeah, but I don't want to spend $200 to get in the door.
Right, yeah,
an hour and a half long concert, because it doesn't seem like he'd be putting on like a 3 hour long epic as he recently blamed Bruce Springsteen for really long concerts. So.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I didn't know that. But the stadium he's playing here
is the Wimbledon.
Is the Wimbledon. That's not in California. He's weirdly not playing in LA. He's playing in Palm Desert, like Palm Springs, at a stadium that I believe is attached to a casino. And I think that place only holds 11,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I did apply for pre-sale. Tickets pre-sale goes on sale on like Tuesday, I think. So if it's not, I think if the cheapest ticket is under $200, I'll do it. I don't know how much more than $200 I can spend on that though. That's a little crazy.
That's the thing is like anytime I see, yeah, that's what I mean. Like anytime I see anybody, even at like a baseball game or an NBA game, where they spend like thousands of dollars or like hundreds of dollars, like $800 to go sit like 2 rows behind, the bench or whatever. I'm just like, that's one game.
Yeah. It's I don't know. It's crazy to me. I don't like, and it's, I shouldn't feel that way because like It is crazy, and I would never spend like I said, like right now, 200 is kind of my limit. And Paul McCartney is like the one that I would spend a lot for, even though I'm like, a more recent Beatles fan, but it's just like such a legendary performer that like is on my list of people I want to see before they die.
Oh yeah.
Like I probably at the top of that list. But yeah, I should want to spend more money to see things like this, but like, I don't know what it is. I would just rather like spend a lot of money on a tangible item than like a moment in like a 2 hours, 3 hours of my time.
Yeah,
I don't
know. And I've even brought it up in conversation, like here whenever I'm like just introductory talks with people, and you can say you went to that, like I said, like, oh, I went to the Paul McCartney concert in 2016, so like I'm not worried about it, but like, but I was like, oh yeah, like I went to the concert and it was really good. Like this doesn't really add much of a they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like, oh, how was it? It doesn't really add like much of a conversation. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's like it's for you. It would be for you. So it's like if you don't want to regret something you want to do. So
yeah, yeah. But you're right. It's like, what more do you?
It's not really conversation like piece.
What more do you say?
It'd be different if like you met Paul McCartney or something.
Oh yeah,
right? But it's like, going to the concert, it's like, okay, cool. So did 11,000 other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm not going anymore.
Yep. Fuck you.
Good. I would like to go. I'll let you know if I'm able to, if I pull the trig or not. Because I'm also seeing John Carpenter this year, which probably could be one of his last shows, if not his last. He's pretty old, so that could be fun to see two different. Because Paul's coming on like this is the other thing too. He's coming on September 29th, and I was like, man, I hope that's a Saturday. I'm like, it's okay if it's a Friday, because I'm like, it'll be a 2-hour drive. It's on a fucking Monday.
I was gonna say it is gonna be a really bad time.
And it's like, I just closed it out, of course, but it's not even like a cohesive tour. It's just like, let me see what it was, because it would like make sense if like the next night or 2 nights later he was playing somewhere further away, or like, but it's also the first show on the tour, and it's like, come on, man.
It's not like a residency either.
Yeah.
It's not like he's like parking in a place for two or 3 days.
Yeah, it's just like a one. Oh, of course, this isn't loading now. Yeah, his next show is until the 4th of October in Las Vegas, so it's not like he's even going far. And the first show is on a Monday. Like, why? I was like, maybe they're gonna add more, but it's like, if you're gonna add more, you don't start on Monday. You start on like Thursday or Friday, and then you go, we're doing a Friday show and a Saturday. I don't know. Anyways, back to Ozzy though. Not to talk about Paul. Yeah, this was on my radar because of hearing about it, but then like,
mine's on a Friday.
Over
for what it's worth.
Oh, there you go. Honestly, a Friday would not be good for me. Because honestly, weirdly enough, a Monday does work for me as of right now. We'll see if in September it still works, but I'll make it work if I can get a ticket. But the Ozzy show was on my radar. Kind of forgot about it until Saturday when people were bringing it up, and I was just inundated with posts because I didn't realize like this was gonna be this like huge fucking show. Like I think it ended up going for like 12 hours or something. And it like,
Jesus Christ,
because like the lineup was nuts. I'm gonna read you this lineup. It's fucking crazy.
Ozzy Osbourne played for 12 hours.
No.
Oh,
Ozzy Osbourne in a chair. This is the lineup in order: Mastodon, and every one of these bands either performed one or multiple Black Sabbath or covered multiple Black Sabbath or Ozzy Osbourne songs, which is really cool. Mastodon, which is a great band. Rival Sons, I don't know. Anthrax, great. Hailstorm, I don't really know. Lamb of God, which is good. And then they had some super groups. This one is by far my least favorite. Youngblood, Lizzie Hale, Nuno Betancourt, David Draymond, who's from Disturbed, big IDF supporter. Weirdly enough, he got booed big time. Whitfield Crane, Jake E. Lee, Mike Borden, David L. Ellefson, Adam Wakeman, Scott Ian from Anthrax, Frank Bellows, Sleep Token 2. So the drummer from Sleep Token played in this whole supergroup sucks eggs, and then it's just like the best metal drummer right now. So that was cool because that's the only like Sleep Token representation at this show. But that's cool that he played. And then you probably saw this, but Jack Black, Revel Ian, and Roman Morello did a cover of Mr. Crowley, which they like pre-shot and played there. I watched that last night. It was great. I mean, Jack Black is, I mean, anything he does is great, you know. I mean, I don't want to watch the Minecraft movie, but I'm sure he's great in it. Alice in Chains, Gojira, and then another
Ghost. Was Tobias Forge or Ghost there?
I don't think so. Not that not that I remember reading. And then we had another super group, which this one was better. Billy Corgan, Sammy Hagar, Papa V Pertua. Is that someone you know?
Yeah, that's the ghost guy. That's the ghost guy.
Okay. I didn't register that last night until just now. Steven Tyler, Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine, Nuno Betancourt, still don't know who that is. I should know. Rudy Serzo, Travis Barker, Chad Smith, Danny Carey, KK Downing, Adam Jones, Adam Wakeman, Vernon Reed, Ron Wood, Andrew Watt. And then we had Pantera, Tool, Slayer, Guns N' Roses. Not a fan. Metallica. And then Ozzy came out, did 5 songs, like Ozzy solo stuff. And then Black Sabbath ended the night off with 4 songs because they are very old. And
they played it halftime and down a half step. They were playing really slow.
I mean, they did play some of those songs a little slow. I didn't watch the live. There was a live stream, which if I knew about it, I would have wanted to watch it, but I was in Arizona, so I probably wouldn't have. And also 12 hours. But there was some like cell phone video of it that I got to watch, and it was, I mean, it's fucking old guys playing. I'm not like expecting something crazy, but it wasn't. It was a little rough, but it was fun. It was cool to see.
Did you see AC/DC's performances?
No, but I've seen like little bits of it.
Yeah,
which is, I don't know why people are bringing that up now. Like AC/DC hasn't been old.
They've
for
been
a
doing
long
that.
Time.
They've been doing that for. I remember people in high school buying tickets to see AC/DC at Hollywood Casino, and amphitheater, and then it was like, you would buy tickets for that?
I'm going to go on record right now as to say I am not a fan of AC/DC, and I really don't like their music.
It is.
Sorry.
It was an obsession of mine for probably like as a kid.
Sure,
like,
sure.
Yeah, like whenever we got our iPads and like we had iTunes gift cards. I remember I spent an entire gift card on AC/DC songs.
Jesus. If only you knew how much of a waste that would be.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think of them now? You can, if you like them.
No, I'm not. Whenever I hear him come on, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm not gonna like jam out to him like like I used to.
I just don't get it, man. It's not for me. A lot of that stuff isn't for me.
I'm just thinking of like who would be comparable to some of these bands that we're talking about, and there's nothing really that adds that does it like that. They're in their own realm. Like Black Sabbath and AC/DC are their own thing, but they've just been doing it for so long. It's like, god damn, like you can hang it up, man.
Well, and Ozzy is. He's done. Ozzy's doing. I mean, Ozzy's doing what he has to, literally for his health, but he's doing the right thing. He's doing what these old rockers should do. And also, I just want to say that this concert raised $190 million for Cure for Parkinson's, Birmingham Children's Hospital, and Acorn Children's Hospice. So
Jesus,
pretty
that's
cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, which was because of Tom Morello, who was the music director for this concert. I don't know, like specifically because of him, but I mean, I know he teamed up with Ozzy and his team and stuff like that to do that. But I think he was a big part in doing that, which is cool because fucking Tom Morello's sick.
Tom Morello's been everywhere. He's been doing so much recently.
Yeah,
he's everywhere. He is everywhere recently.
Good for him. But yeah, it's just a cool show, and like Ozzy is, I don't know, he's probably not the greatest person. I mean, I've heard people who know him personally say he's a very nice guy. And you know, like I feel like we grew up in the generation that like knew of Ozzy being this fucking kooky rocker weirdo because they had that show and stuff like that. And drunk and all that stuff. And Sharon,
you took on my bed. Someone's in my room taking on my bed.
But truly, I think he is a legend and deserves the respect of being a legendary musician and truly creating metal music.
Satanic Panic,
and biting heads off of animals and stuff. He created that. We needed that. But anyways, I thought it was cool. Thought it was a cool concert, and that would have been fucking nuts to be there for that. That was another thing I was thinking of like, would I ever travel somewhere for a concert? And I didn't think I would, but I'm kind of thinking about it. Because, listen, I've never been out of the country, and I would like to. And I think one of the first places I'd like to go to is the UK.
Brazil.
I want to bring our podcast to Brazil because we keep getting asked to in the comments to bring it there. No, I want to go to the UK, and it just so happens that Metallica is playing in the UK next year, and Knocked Loose is opening for them. And I was like, I'm not the biggest Metallica guy, but I would like to see them. And the fact that Knocked Loose is opening for them is pretty fucking cool. And that would be cool to see. So I don't know. Just something I'm thinking about. Will it happen?
Like you would go, like travel abroad. Like I've traveled for concerts, but like traveling abroad.
Traveling abroad. Yeah.
Traveling with abroad.
Traveling with abroad, who I find because went by the prison and they were hitchhiking. And I just had to pick him up because that bright orange jumpsuit was just right in my eyes. Wanted to get it out of my eyes. Yeah, man, I don't know if you saw this clip, but your brother showed it to me while I was in Arizona. This happened at a minor league game on July 3rd, Constellation Field. Round Rock Express versus Space City Cowboys. That's the funniest baseball names ever. But let's just watch this. Oh, we got a little fade there. That was kind of cool. Although I'll show this to you too. I don't know. Please. Let's see if you've seen this. Did you see this?
Nope.
Oh boy. Here we go then. Let's watch this. So that happened. Let's watch it one more time. Oh. Yeah, so that was something that happened. That was just thought that might be worth showing to everybody.
That would be my worst nightmare.
I just love that the camera operator just kept following her the whole time.
Yeah, they like backed up and they zoomed out too.
It didn't even
know what they were doing.
And then she was still trying to sing. Listen, I'm sorry. She is okay. She is okay. And I was hoping that I would feel better about making fun of her because I thought she was a cop for a second because it looks like a police uniform.
No, I think she was in the military.
I think it's that, or I think it's actually a firefighter, like a fire chief. Maybe.
Okay.
I couldn't find anywhere like of saying what she was, but I was like, for some reason, it looked like a fire chief uniform, and then I looked up, like Texas
uniforms.
Yeah, like Texas fire chief uniforms, and it looked pretty similar. So, listen, she's okay. She took a tumble. We've all been there before. We've all fainted. So
it was probably hot as fuck too. If it was in one of those two cities, it was probably hot as shit.
Listen, yeah, it sucked. I can't even imagine. It'd be scary. It'd be scary to be singing the national anthem up there.
I hate singing the national anthem.
I hate singing it. I would probably fall over too. Gavin, you sent this to us. Trump says the president of Liberia speaks such good English, but it's the country's official language. Let's watch this.
This is one of the worst clips I think I've ever seen. I hate this clip so much. That's why I sent it, because I was like, this is so bad.
Without the context, it's still actually bad. I was gonna say it's not, but no, it is bad. Even with
it is just as bad. Like it's yeah. Go ahead.
Let's watch it.
We just want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Well, thank you. It's such good English, such beautiful. Where did you learn to speak so beautifully? Where were you educated? Where?
Yes, sir.
In Liberia.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's very interesting. It's beautiful English.
Sure.
I have people at this table can't speak nearly as well.
I also love that he has this. Why does he? I mean, I'm sure they just got done. Oh, there are plates there. I saw a salt and pepper shaker, and I was like, "What's going on with that?"
Yeah, I think what also just makes this worse is that like you can, like, if you take it from like a global perspective, where it's like, you know, there's how the Americans view Trump and then how the world views Trump. Mm-hmm. So if you watch it with how the world views Trump, like just imagine how stupid this must look.
Oh yeah, I mean Liberians are like stupid. Furious because Liberia was created by the US as a place to send freed slaves.
Yes.
So like knowing that as a whole new layer of racism that was already not like the fact that he said that to a black man in general is like just purely just racist. Like not even like there's no sugarcoating that. That's just pure racism. Like whether it was intentional or not, it obviously wasn't. It's just stupidity and like so unbelievably racist.
And just ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, just like he is supposed to be the president of the United States.
Yep. And know things.
Yeah, and know things and also be a good diplomat and understand like where countries are coming from, and you know, not that everybody in Africa is this you know, uneducated, non-English speaking person. You know? It's like every country is different in their own way, but especially Liberia. Mm-hmm. But it's like, just imagine like someone from Egypt coming over, which is still Africa. And then he would be like, whoa, you know, wow, such good English. Where did you learn to speak that?
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, it's also just not a good history. Like, it's just not a good history with the English language. To say that also is just like, English was forced upon these races, like these colonies. They were colonized by British people. Well, and then like even with Liberia, but like in general in Africa, there are plenty of English speaking Africans, especially African countries.
Well, and there's plenty of English speaking people fucking everywhere. Like it's like most countries speak English. Whether fluently or not, but still.
So this is the other thing that makes it so frustrating is that imagine if this was Barack Obama. Imagine if this was, this was anybody on the left. The complete and utter outrage from anyone on the right would be just innumerable. There would be so many people talking about how racist they are. They need to be impeached. If Joe Biden said something like this, they would have been like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. You know, he's this Sleepy incompetent, Joe. You know, he's dementia ridden and all this, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Oh, his roots are coming back. But then Donald Trump was like, oh, you know, he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, you're so special.
Where did you learn to speak like that?
Well, and he says like he literally says, "Were you educated?" And then quickly corrects himself to be like, "Where were you educated?"
Yeah, it's like, dude,
that's
this is a country.
You're talking to, and you're talking to the leader
of this country.
Oh man!
Whether they were democratically elected or not, they still are someone that's leading a country of people.
Yeah. I wanted to find this quote from. I'm not going to be able to find it. It was the I forgot what her name is. That she was just like, it was meant to be a nice compliment. It's like, fuck you.
Was it the secretary or whatever?
I can't think of her
press secretary.
Fucking name.
Carrie Spencer or something. Carrie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I had.
It's not Pam Bondi because that's the AG or whatever.
I don't know.
Starts with a K. She's like 27.
Oh wait, maybe this is it. Is this it? No, that's not it. That's something different. I don't know. I don't want to keep looking for this anymore because it doesn't really matter. But I mean, it's just the usual cope. I mean, like you said, it's like if anybody else said it, it would be a problem. But yeah, but Trump can get away with it over there as like a on the right. Yeah. Speaking of Obama, though, this came as a shock to me in many ways, but also not that surprising at the same time. So I saw this coming out of the movie last night, but Larry David and Barack Obama team for HBO sketch comedy. Oh, and cool, it won't let me read it. So, no, I will. Never mind. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of all. I mean, so the logline president and Miss Obama wanted to honor America's 250th anniversary and celebrate the unique history of our nation on this special occasion. But then Larry David called. The untitled half-hour limited series is written by David and his Curb partner Jeff Schaefer, who also directs. He directed, I was just looking at it last night. He directed something that I was like, shit, what was it? I can't remember now. I'm getting it mixed up with someone else. I don't know. He's directed a lot of stuff.
They also were gonna have recurring character or have like characters from Curb.
Which is that's gonna be great. And I'm like,
I'm sorry, not characters, actors.
Yeah, actors. And I'm like, I'll have to talk to Mr. Rob Hubel, see if he's gotten a call for that because he was a Curb actor. Jeff Schaefer directed The League, which Paul Scheer and Rob Hubel are also in. Or he's the creator. I don't know if he's the director, but he was the creator of that show. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to those guys and be like, what do you give me the scoop so I can go share it everywhere? No, I won't do that.
Yeah.
But I would like to know, especially if they're going to be in it. But yeah, like you said, it'll guest star people from Curb, which is cool. Executive produced by David, Schaefer, Barack, and Michelle Obama. And then two other people I don't recognize their names. I just wanted to come down here and read this. Former President Obama said, I've sat across the table from some of the world's most difficult leaders and wrestled with some of our most intractable problems. Nothing has prepared me for working with Larry David. It's kind of funny. It's witty. This one's funny. David added, once Curb ended, I celebrated with a 3-day foam party. After a violent allergic reaction to the suds, I yearned to return to my simple life as a beekeeper, harvesting organic honey from wildflowers in my meadow. Alas, one day my bees mysteriously vanished, and so it is with heavy heart that I returned to television, hoping to ease the loss of my beloved hive. So it's a very Larry David, smart ass, funny response. But yeah, so this will be interesting. I am curious to see.
I wonder if Meghan Markle will be in this because she was involved with bees. Maybe that was the intricate.
Maybe.
The intricate layer. Peel back the layers here.
Well, you know what I just thought about?
Who else is a beekeeper?
Who else is a beekeeper? No, I'm off bees. You're getting hung up on that.
I'm off bees.
I'm off bees, dude. I wonder if, speaking of hive, let's talk about Hind. Cheryl Hines.
Beyonce's going to be. Oh.
Queen Bee, Beyonce. No, I wonder if Cheryl's going to be in it.
Probably not. I think that ship has sailed.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
What do you know?
I'm pretty sure Larry David brought it up on interviews and stuff like that, or someone. There's some kind of. There is an article where I think he explains that it was like something that maybe he didn't say it out loud, but it was like reported that he was like outwardly against. He was like trying to prevent Cheryl from being with Robert F. Kennedy. I think they met. Met at a party that like Larry introduced them, or something like that. It was something. It was something like that where it was a very curb your enthusiasm type thing.
Mm-hmm. But I don't think I've seen him talk about it since though.
No, I don't think so. But it was just like he was very against it and like behind closed doors and was like trying to find ways to get her out of the show. Because it was like I would hate to work with someone that is that close to someone that like that antithetical to my being.
Yeah, I would too.
I hate it. I just would hate it. It would be something that would bother me, and I know that Larry. I know he plays a character on the show, but it's also very much like how he would be in real life. Mm-hmm. So, I think there's been many articles written about him and Cheryl Hines' relationship, like not like off the or I guess off the show because it's like not a real relationship, but their relationship off the show and her relationship with RFK.
Mm. Yeah, I would hope not.
But I don't even know who she would play. Would it be like Martha Washington? Would it be like she's got one of those faces where, and I mean I know this is not the point of the show, but she's got one of these faces where it looks like she's seen the internet. You know?
What do you mean by that?
Like she's seen the internet. If someone who's seen the internet, there's like people who like, you know, you'll see them in person. You're like, oh, that person does not look like if you were to put them in the 1800s, they would fit right in.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, she doesn't look. Yeah,
she looks like she was born for like Hollywood.
That might be the angle they're going for, though. You know, it's like
it's true.
Putting a modern
fish out of water.
Yeah, like fish out of water people in these positions of history. I'm just curious to see what they'll cover as like far as. Yeah, the history of America.
The other thing is, I hope that they do get some actors that would fit that time period too, where it was like like I said, they didn't see the internet.
Yeah,
like I was talking with my friends before I left St. Louis, and I was talking about how incredible Wes Anderson? Yeah, Wes Anderson's movies are. Where he's got these extras that just look like the most normal looking people.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're not anything special. There's nothing special about them. They're just people. You know, like these are like there's nothing the script about them. They would fit right in any time period. And he always has his whoever he works with as his casting director is fantastic for that. So I hope that they do get some people in the extras department that look like they're from the 17, 18, 1900s.
That'd be cool. It'd be interesting.
I'm excited to see where the show goes.
I'll be there to watch
it's only like 6-7 episodes. It won't be very long. Like it'll be quick. I would imagine they renew it if it does pretty well, which I imagine it will. It's a Larry David thing.
Yeah, and I also didn't realize that. Well, and it's also they said for HBO sketch, which is interesting because, like I guess Obama's production company, which I didn't know was a thing, called Obama's Higher Ground. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is also believed to mark the first series that Obama's Higher Ground has produced outside of Netflix where it has a deal. They have like a deal with Netflix, so
yeah.
I'm curious to know how that works. But yeah, speaking of exciting new things, Gavin, let's just dig right into it and talk about Superman. As you know, Gavin, I don't know if everybody at home knows. I don't enjoy superhero movies. I like Batman. I like all the Batmans. I enjoyed Aquaman. I thought Venom was fine. Spider-Man was good when I was a kid. I haven't seen it since.
We saw Batman in theaters,
which I liked. I genuinely like the Batman movies. It's not like Aquaman. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Black Panther. I do like Black Panther. But everything else is just like Avengers. I'm like, get it over with already. Just like I've seen a few of them, and every time I'm like, it's the same. This is the same movie. It's just different colors of people, And I mean that in the sense of like there's a purple boy and there's now going to be a yellow guy who does this thing, and it's just like
you're just mad you missed
and then it's like
Ryan Reynolds as the Green Lantern.
I would rather I almost said a bad thing and I'm not going to say it. I can't stand the same plot line with like, and here's a witty joke, and it's obvious that this joke is coming here, and here's an obvious joke for you to make the audience laugh. I just can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Read a fucking comic book, Carson.
And unfortunately, well, and that's the thing. Listen, I'll get to it. I'm going to really cover my bases today. And unfortunately, that is exactly how I felt about Superman. It was a James Gunn movie, and James Gunn took his Guardians of the Galaxy plan and brought it to Superman. And it's just, I was like, it just felt like if DC made a Marvel movie. It really felt like that.
Okay.
But I was excited to see this movie because I saw it opening night.
You didn't log it on Letterboxd, you fuck.
I was about to, but I'll explain why I didn't. I've only logged one thing on Letterboxd. I was excited to see it because it was really hyped up, and I was like genuinely interested in seeing it. And I was like, I'm just gonna go into it with an open mind. I'm not gonna think anything of it. I don't know. I didn't even really watch a full trailer. I think I saw the teaser of it, and that was it. So I knew nothing. I was like, I don't know if they're gonna play it serious like Batman. I don't know if it's gonna be like a Marvel. I had no idea. And so I'm there opening night at AMC Burbank,
IMAX.
going to see it in IMAX. Place is filled with nerds. And I mean that in all due respect. And I'm going to give some respect. I'm going to respect the nerds today because there's going to be no spoilers, which I never do. But I know how fucking serious you nerds take spoilers. So there's going to be no spoilers in this. And that I promise that. I'm going to be respectful to you nerds. And I'm going to call you nerds because I'm a nerd too. I nerd out about really stupid shit as well. But it was filled to the gills with nerds. And
Filled to the gills.
Filled to the gills with nerds. And everybody's wearing their Superman shirts. Everybody's not dressed properly to be in public. And I was telling Gavin before the show that I like, you know, we're nerds and we've encountered like serious nerds in our life and in high school and stuff like that. And like we had our idea of nerds, and then we would see like Hollywood's idea of nerds. And like to me, and I don't know about you, I didn't get your opinion on this, but to me, like nerds represented in Hollywood, I was like, it felt more like a caricature of like what we would experience. Like it wasn't like exactly spot on. It was like over the top and like really hamming it up. Like, oh, we're nerds, like comic books and this and that.
It actually
7,072.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's not really like that. That's just Hollywood. But it turns out that was Hollywood's idea because Hollywood nerds are exactly like that. Because all of these nerds that were there last night were like the comic book guy from The Simpsons, like spot on.
Clearly, you were not superior enough for. You were inferior to my abilities.
Spot on to the look, spot on to like reactions to things, which I'll get to in a minute. It was like, so I get there and I'm in line for popcorn, of course. And the line was longer than I'd ever seen. But I was like, I don't care. I can miss like the whole first hour of this movie and I wouldn't really care. And there's a guy that works there. He's a very nice gentleman, but he is a nerd. And every couple of minutes he would go, he worked behind the counter. He would go, "Who's ready to see Superman?"
Oh my God.
And everybody would go, "Yeah." And I was like, oh man. I want to go home. Like, what am I doing here?
Just put the popcorn in the bag, bro.
But I was just like, I'm just gonna, you know what? They're having their fun. I'm not poo-pooing on anybody's fun. God bless them. I get my popcorn, go into the theater, sit down, and it's rowdy. I'm expecting it to be rowdy. I know what I'm not like, and I like it. That's why I went, because I was like, I've never seen a superhero movie opening night ever in my entire life. And so that's also why I was like, I want to see this movie. And I was like, I'll go opening night. And also because like going to the movies on Thursdays just works out well for me anyways. And so I was like, I'm like, I want it to be rowdy. That's going to be great because like, I don't really give a shit about this movie. So I'm like expecting it to be rowdy, and it is. And it's like super rowdy, and everybody's like cheering for the Odyssey trailer and cheering for this and that. And of course cheering for the fucking Nicole Kidman thing that I still don't understand the joke there.
It's interesting because you are a Stubbs member.
Yeah. I'm a fucking nerd.
That's what I mean. It's interesting that you don't get that because, like, that's the Nicole Kidman thing is like the Nicole Hedman thing is like huge. Like, it's just, if there's anybody that would get it, it would be you, Carson.
It's just so stupid. It's just not. It's one of those like dumb jokes that people think they're so cute and funny for.
Yeah, I agree. I do hate
like,
when people clap for that shit. I'm
so
like,
stupid.
I think I remember going to one movie last year where someone was like, yeah. It was like just one guy.
They think they're being so funny, and it's just like, I'm not here to police anybody's fun, but it's like, man, it's been like 2 years. Like, let's just stop.
Yeah, let's move on.
It's like, it's people like do it because they have to do it at this point. It feels like.
Right.
Movie starts though, and it's this isn't really a spoiler, but the movie starts really serious, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool for like the first 2 minutes, and then like something like dumb and like, trying to be funny happens, and I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Like, here's the next 2 hours. I just like,
I'm not gonna
the
lie,
writing was on the walls from there.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit surprised, not just because of the fact that you were going to go see a superhero movie, but the fact that you were going to go see, willingly pay money to go see a James Gunn movie, his comedy was one that set Marvel even more in that direction of the cheesy over the top. So that just happened.
Yeah, and I had never, I like knew that, but I don't think I was like, I didn't want to think about it because I was just like, I just want to be excited to go see Superman, because I've only seen like bits and pieces of Guardians of the Galaxy. I've only seen like bits and pieces of like, that's actually probably the only James Gunn thing I've seen like a little bit of. Mm-hmm. And I hated it. Of course, I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like it. I'm not gonna say I hated it. I didn't like it. So I kind of knew that was possible, but I was just like, I just want to see it because I do like. It sucks because I do like James Gunn, and he seems like, correct me if I'm wrong, but he seems like one of the only good guys in Hollywood, like a genuinely good person.
Yeah, he seems like a really funny guy.
Yeah, he seems like a cool guy and a nice dude, and I'm like, I don't like, but I hate your movie, or I don't like your movies.
I hate your writing.
Yeah, I just don't like. That's actually the only thing I don't like is I just don't like the writing. And listen, I get it. Like, I get that these movies are being silly and funny because it's a comic book movie. It's about a superhero where like
he's invincible, essentially
he's
invincible except for one thing.
Yeah, and like it's like New York City, but there's like fucking weird monsters that just like are there, and people are just like whatever about it. Like I get that. Like I do like I prefer a serious superhero movie than this whatever meta comedy stuff is. I do understand that, but I just don't get why you people like that. Like, why do you want that? I don't get it. I don't see any value in it. Like, it's not fun. It's not funny. It's just becomes a big slog. But that doesn't mean that it was all terrible. Like I like the Superman story, especially now at this time in our world where immigration is a big topic, and it felt like the perfect time for this movie to come out. You know, this Superman's the story of an immigrant, and you know, this isn't a spoiler because it's just obvious to the, you know, just the story of Superman, but like that's a big plot line. He's like, I'm a human just like anybody else is. Like I just came from somewhere else, and they're like, you know, trying to get rid of him because he's, you know, an alien and all this, and like it's very obvious like what James Gunn was trying to do there. So like that writing I like, because I'm like, good for fucking James Gunn for fucking making this big
political statement of a movie.
Yeah, into this like huge summer blockbuster of a movie. And there's some other stuff in there that I don't know if it was as obvious, so I'll let other people speak on that. But for that, I respect that. And I also liked Michael Ian Black was in it, which was really cool. Mm-hmm. He's really funny. I think his name's Skylar from Righteous Gemstones is in it. He's really great. I always think he's really funny. And he was like, anytime I got a laugh, it was because of Skylar Gizondo. He's really funny. I mean, anybody that Danny McBride picks to be in something is going to be funny.
Is whoever played Lex Luthor, is he good in it? The bald guy.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like everybody is doing great. Like I wasn't like these actors are bad. It just sucks that it's like trying to be funny because it's just not, and it's just so annoying. But yeah, he was great. The guy who plays Superman's great. Who plays his parents are great. Yeah, I mean all of it's fine. It just sucks that it's trying to be funny. I don't know. It's just I don't get it. And like, it annoyed me because like anytime something funny happens, which is always obvious, everybody in the theater is like trying to laugh louder than each other. So like, you know, to make sure that people know that they found that joke funny. And that really grinds my fucking gears. Cause I'm like, I hate when people laugh at shit that isn't funny, because, and it's like and when it's obvious that it's a beat for you to laugh at is what drives me nuts, drives me insane.
Is it just me, or do those beats feel a lot longer in the theater?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Do they make a cut? Like, do they make a separate cut of like home movies and videos where like sometimes you don't have that, where they don't have like that big pause?
I don't know that for sure, but
some movies I feel like they've been like that.
Yeah. But yeah, it was just that really was like, I hate that. That really makes me so mad. There's a part in the movie that I didn't understand. Like it's towards the end, and no spoilers, but there's like a I don't know, I guess it's a cameo, or like someone is returning. And the guy next to me, who I never got a look at, but he was like very animated throughout the whole movie. As I was telling you about something earlier. But there's someone that shows up in the movie, and this guy, when they showed up on screen, he went, he legit freaked out. He got so excited. I've never seen it. I've never heard anybody get that excited about seeing someone in a movie. He lost his fucking mind. So
man, you should have seen. You should have seen opening night. Me and my friends went to opening night of Spider-Man: Far From Home, I think, where they got the 3 Spider-Men. Man, you should have seen those reactions. Dude, oh my god, dude! It was like a fucking madhouse. It was. We went and saw it at the Chesterfield Mega Theater, and that theater was fucking packed.
Was it rowdy?
Yes, it was very rowdy.
I love that. That's why I loved it, because I'm like, man, we're all here because we love movies. You guys just love movies I don't like. And like, it was, yeah, I mean, and I'm not like, I just thought it was funny that this grown man fully gasped like he had just saw a ghost.
Yeah.
When someone who I was like, I don't even know who the fuck that is showed up on screen. I don't know.
I would be.
Funny.
We'll talk after the episode. I'd be curious to know what that was.
Yeah, I still don't know. I'll tell you like who I think. I'll tell you. Yeah, I think if I say 2 words, you'll be like, oh, that's so and so. But yeah, it was just.
And it
Though
makes
I
for an
did not
interesting
like
viewing.
though I did not like the movie, it was really fun to be there. Visually, it's beautiful. It just, yeah, I don't know. I want to like it so bad. And so I was going to do a thing on it and give it 1.5 stars, which is my rating. But then I started reading up the stuff because I didn't even make the immigration connection until I got out of the movie. And then I was reading that stuff and I was like, oh, and I was like, okay, this at least gets like this. It's at least a 2-star now because of that, because of like James Gunn putting in this messaging into this movie at this time is really important.
And the rights response to the movie, it would also look like you're a rightoid type of person, like you're a righty, kind of like.
That was the other thing.
Where it's like you would have came off as like a POS.
I would have looked like you can't see it, but I know you know what I'm pulling up. But I would have looked like this guy.
Exactly.
Not good. Review coming soon. Fucking dumb prick. Go watch Wicked.
But if you do want to know someone who we adore on this show, is Worth It or Woke.
Yeah. Yes, I wanted to talk about that because
so they did see it.
I'm very surprised.
They did see it, and I am very surprised by this. And it is truly shocking. I'm not even kidding. Truly shocking. I'm not even joking when I tell you this. It got a 90% base, 10% woke B-.
That is wild.
Wild. That is insane.
And I need you to read. I haven't read what he thought was woke or what he didn't think was woke, but I need you to tell me.
Yeah, I have that. I have those.
And there's comments too. We might have to go through those.
Yeah, might have to go through those.
Interesting. Okay, tell me why he. Just tell me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Tell me why he thought it was woke.
There's some spoilers in here that he did tag spoilers, so I skipped over those. But woke elements, politics, and immigration. If you've been paying attention up until now, no doubt you've heard rumors that James Gunn's Superman film was going to be heavily political, with Kal-El's immigration status set to be a significant plot point. Well, I'm thrilled to let you know that neither is so. Yes, early on there's some political talk about Superman's intervention in a foreign war, specifically his stopping it from starting. However, it is used as a plot device, and it never feels as though the writers or director are trying to foist their personal political beliefs on the audience. If anything, the film sides with Superman. It's mentioned several times that Clark is an alien, and this is a factor in the film. However, his status as an American or his right to be here in that capacity is never mentioned. Instead, Gunn and crew do an excellent job of making his non-human status closely adhere to Lex's distrust of Superman in the comics. More than anything, Lex is motivated by his jealousy of how much praise is heaped upon Supes. Ambient wokeness. I
guess spoiler, but not really. I mean, this is kind of spoilers, but it's also like pretty obvious. That's also not true because literally Lex Luthor says at the end, like, it is jealousy, but he's also like, he literally is like, you're an alien. You're not supposed to be here. Like, right. That is the line where he says that, and Superman goes, I can't say too much, but he literally says it's because you're an alien. You're not supposed to be here. You were trying to destroy us all. And then he's like, no, I'm not. I'm a human. I'm a human just like anybody else. So
yeah,
he's a fucking idiot for saying that, because that is literally untrue.
Say,
and now I sound like a nerd.
I think he is not reading the correct notes in the movie. I think he enjoyed the movie, and he's trying to make it seem like he understood what they were talking about, but not really at all. Like, not really.
Because if I was giving this a Wokometer score, which is something I would never do because I'm not a fucking loser, this movie is like fucking 80% woke in my eyes. In fact, I would even switch it like 10% base, 90% woke. I mean, I guess he's probably going to say it's based because it's like, true white, couple and Lois Lane. And
trust me, it does get into this.
Okay, go on. I can't. I need.
It does get into this here. There's two things here. So
Oh, here, boy.
I'll just go to I'll finish the woke stuff. So the woke elements, and then I'll go back up to like some of the things that he says about parental warnings, which are fucking hilarious. By the way, again, man, let me tell. Like it's I was reading this while you were talking about it. It's insane. Ambient wokeness. Almost all of the following woke elements are minor background noise level infractions that may have taken me a lot of words to describe, but truly barely moved the needle. That's why, despite it perhaps looking like an extensive list, we only took off 10 points. And there is a lot here. A touch of diversity. There's a smidgen of forced diversity, and it's mostly an unnatural abundance of women.
What?
What
Weird.
the fuck?
Can you read that line one more time? Because I love that wording.
There is a smidgen of forced diversity, and it's mostly an unnatural abundance of women.
Because this guy's never seen an unnatural abundance of women. He's
Correct.
a fucking loser.
He says,
Idiot.
for an evil, sociopathic narcissist, Lex Luthor has some pretty progressive hiring practices. I'd say that well over half of his cabal of evil henchmen are diverse henchwomen. Most are extras, with only one or two having a couple of lines. In my opinion, this makes the casting seem even more artificial, with the casting directors doing the bare minimum to check off their quota boxes. Holy fuck, dude! I hate this guy.
This guy is the worst.
He's
this guy
so
sucks.
dense. He is so dense. Like there are like 51% women in the world and 49% men. Like,
Yeah.
it is 50-50. For every man hired, there should be a woman hired. That's statistically, that is how it should work. Like, that is how it works.
Also,
if you are noticing this in the movie, what the fuck are you watching this movie for? You're a fucking freak.
You're watching this movie like, man, I hope this movie isn't diverse. I hope there's not an unnatural
Jesus.
abundance of women.
Women.
It's also so stupid because like this movie is extremely diverse. It's
And who-
extremely diverse.
Who is watching a movie thinking about the hiring practices of the villains? Give me a fucking break, dude.
When I was watching the movie, all I could think about is, man, Lex Luthor is really good at hiring an unnatural abundance of women. I also just
Weird,
like,
dude.
I think I want you to continue on, but I think you're 100% right. This guy saw this movie and he tried to pick apart it, but he loves it so much that he's like
He
rationalizing everything for himself to be like,
Yes.
it's not, no, it's not woke. It's not woke. This movie's great.
So we'll get even more here.
Please.
He says, the same goes for the Latina supervillain whose character is so inconsequential that I had to look up the name for this.
What? Latinas? What? Who is he even talking about?
She's known as the Engineer.
Is she Latina? How would you even know if she's Latina? She's not.
We're
she's
getting
like,
there. Hold on, dude. It gets worse. It gets so much worse, dude. It gets so much worse.
Dude, take a bath. Go take a shower.
Then he said, ditto for Latina hot girl. She maybe has 3 lines.
What?
He said,
how do you
just as a matter of intimidation, if you're going to choose to include her instead of the superior hawk man, why cast a 3-foot-tall girl who looks like a teenager instead of a 6-foot-tall chick from the Eastern Bloc?
I don't know, man.
Because he can. It's
Okay.
a fucking movie.
So this guy would only know she's Venezuelan. So the only way he would know that is if he looked her up.
Correct.
There
I'm
are no
telling you-
Latinas in this universe. You're making this stuff up for yourself. You're making things up that aren't there. Continue.
Legacy. Not everyone is a comic nerd. For those unfamiliar and who would like me to mark down the woke-o-meter for the film's use of Hawkgirl instead of Hawkman and the female version of the Engineer, it is essential to know that both have been around for decades. This is where he gets really nerdy here. Hawkgirl first appeared in the same 1940 issue of Flash Comics as Hawkman, and a female iteration of the Engineer has been in canon since 1999. Which is pretty modern for comic book standards, so I'm surprised he wasn't like saying some bullshit about that. Anyway,
Again, he's just because he wants to like this movie.
yeah. I find their tiny stature to be an unnecessary distraction in the film, but since neither character gets much screen time, I didn't deduct points for their inclusion. However, the engineer has always been white until now. Even this wouldn't be such a big deal if they hadn't gone out of their way to cast a woman with a heavy Venezuelan accent to really make sure you knew that she was Latina.
No,
that was worth a point.
Oh my God, dude, you're so dumb.
Oh, here we go.
I got to back you up for a second. He's so taken aback by how tall they are. That's his complaint.
No, how short they are, I think.
Right. But how, like their height. I'm saying how their height. He's so distracted by that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not
because it's not Gal Gadot.
I didn't pick up on their height. I didn't pick up on any. I picked up on accents because it's a superhero movie where people are going to have accents because
it's a diverse movie where people are from different parts of the world
and different planets.
Yeah, exactly. Continuing on. Oh, and for the idiot leftists who read that as me having a problem with minorities, my problem is with the unnecessary race swapping. Well, to me, that does sound like having a problem with minorities, but that's just me.
Also, how does he feel about race swapping Jesus? Jesus wasn't fucking white, but yeah, we all see him as white. Well, how about that race swapping?
Trust me, man. It gets worse, man. There's more.
Oh my God.
There's a lot more. There are Latina villainesses in DC Comics. Perry White.
He's mad that they didn't pick one of the Latina...
Yes, villains that are already established. Yes. So he's getting even more like pedantic about it.
So sorry. Well, I want to backtrack there. I guess there are Latinas in the DC universe. My apologies.
But again, it's a superhero movie, and really, 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 race doesn't matter because there was a white Green Lantern and there's a black Green Lantern. Yeah. And people have just accepted that for a long time. No one's been like, "Oh, I can't believe they made a movie for the black one." It's like, crazy. Come on.
It's crazy.
And it's like, anyway. Perry White, traditionally portrayed as a white man in the comics, movies, and TV shows, was first played by a black actor when Zack Snyder cast Lawrence Fishburne in Man of Steel. In this film, the role is once again portrayed by a black actor.
Okay. Good.
So to me, that does sound like you do not like minorities.
Yeah, because what does that mean?
But it's interesting because it's weird that he's saying that he doesn't like the race swapping of people, but because the characters are traditionally white.
It's not true to the comic books.
But he's mad that it's not true to the comic books, not that they swapped races.
Yeah,
which is
not
literally
true.
like
he's just trying to rationalize it again. It's
correct, and they're like that's just like that's literally like trying to cover up for his racism here. That's what that is. That's covering up. Like it's a cover up. That's all that is.
Yep.
Well, actually, the comic books have it, and actually, shut the fuck up. Continuing on, modern women. All of the women suck. From the silly female Fortress of Solitude robot meant to be funny but isn't to Lois Lane and everyone in between in this, Gunn's female characters are incredibly poorly written. However, none of them is given much of importance to do. Each feels obligatory rather than a thoughtfully included and intricate part of the story. Only Lois is given anything Only Lois is given anything approaching significant screen time. Even at that, she does little more than provide some exposition or sounding board for exposition. Their minimal impact on the film is why the Wokometer didn't receive a more significant markdown.
Right.
Ma Kent vacillates between being a half... Okay, I'm not going to say that. Being a half Arsler hick and a Dust Bowl tough woman who leaves the crying to Pa Kent. Hawk Girl is a stereotypical modern woman whose first language is snark and put downs. And Lois is the pinnacle of modern femininity. I'm all for not over-sexualizing women. Wow, this guy is truly... This guy is truly in his own world.
We need to back up there for a second. So he just called a character the R-slur. Can we just make sure we...
Yeah, he did say. He said Ma Kent vacillates between being a half R-slurted hick
and a
Dust Bowl tough woman.
If anybody feels any sort of sorry for how hard we're going on this guy, I want to make that very clear that this is what this guy thinks and how he talks. I mean, I don't think I need to justify the way we're talking about this guy, but he's a piece of shit. And he hides behind his screen and he cries about how movies have DEI hires and all this stupid shit that he has made up in his head.
And no one, he is truly in his own world because this is bizarre. This is weird. This is where it gets weird.
Oh no.
And Lois is the pinnacle of modern femininity. I'm all for not over-sexualizing women, but she dresses like she's late for a Melissa Etheridge concert.
Oh no. Oh
Right.
wow, what a
Right.
reference. What a reference.
Instead of a personality, she is caustic. Her introduction is marked by her snarky insults to Clark's writing abilities. It's the first thing out of her mouth. Later, he laughs it off like it was a joke, but they were both in on. It wasn't. She's opposed to Clark's position on foreign war intervention because we couldn't possibly have a modern woman who supports her man or even attempts to see things from his perspective.
She does support him. That's the whole
Correct.
another whole plot line this guy wasn't paying attention during.
She balks at being called his girlfriend, even though the two have been dating for 3 months. She'd much rather continue to hook up rather than have a serious and mature relationship. She is put back on her heels when he tells her that he loves her. However, she recognizes these traits as shortcomings, and she even overcomes many of them by the end, mainly under the onslaught of Superman's awesomeness. I don't mean his superpowers.
Awesomeness.
Modern men. First and foremost, while not everyone is always kind to Clark/Superman in this film, he is unwaveringly portrayed as a stalwart, kind, brave, self-sacrificing, and vigilant hero. Everything this guy isn't.
What?
No. That's my commentary.
Oh.
That's my commentary.
Yeah.
Everything that this guy is not.
Okay.
Furthermore, he views his role as Superman as a blessing and a privileged duty rather than a burden. Well, I don't think he said blessing. I would 100% doubt that he said blessing in the movie, but
his powers were a blessing?
blessing, yes.
No, he doesn't ever
Correct.
mention
Mhm. Yeah.
that he's
but
happy
so he's
at
just
his powers.
he's projecting here to again make it seem like it's not as woke as it seems, guys. He's blessed.
Yeah. Hashtag.
This factor alone significantly weighted our Wokometer score heavily toward based, helping to shore up the score. With that said, also, I guess if they're looking at it from this lens, they're seeing that like people that they like the Ayn Rand like Atlas Shrugged, like humans are superhumans, or there are humans that are better than others.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they like that. I think the people on the right, I think that this was what he's trying to get at, is that he likes that there are people that are better than.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, which lines up almost exactly.
Which
with,
lines
right.
up.
Yeah. He said there are only two primary male characters other than Lex who is evil, who are never dunked upon or treated with disrespect by women. They are Perry White, black actor, and Mr. Fantastic, black actor.
Who is great, by the way. He's really funny.
He had to point out that there were black actors, by the way, in that.
Oh,
that
yeah.
He
said that.
He
That
said
wasn't.
that, yes.
I was like, that's a
No.
weird addition for you to add. So-
No, he said that. He
Yeah.
said they are Perry White, black actor, and Mr. Fantastic, black actor.
Uh-huh.
Twice, Ma Kent calls Pa a mushy, meaning that he gets emotional about Clark while she is stoic. In one scene, he gets a little teary-eyed. It's actually a great scene, and he doesn't sob or anything, but the insult is unneeded and unhelpful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is he not mad that? So in that his Earth parents, like the only person, like his Earth dad cries twice, but the
Yes.
mom doesn't. Why isn't he mad that they're tearing down the walls of male
Yeah, I was gonna
masculinity
say-
there? Isn't that
I was gonna say
tip
that's-
the scale? You
That
dumb
should have
fuck?
tipped the scale the other way.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But here we go. For language, this is in the parental warning here. It's family movies, language. Am I seeing double D's?
What?
Red rum, and swipe right. Those are the some of the parental warnings here. Trust me, man. I'm telling you, this guy is truly in his own world. He is in his own little world here, and he is rationalizing it as best as he can.
Is that it? Because I don't think I can take any more of this.
The language is funny. I will say.
If it's funny, then we can. I can't do any more of it after that, though.
Although Clark says things like golly and gosh rather than taking the Lord's name in vain,
Boy, here we go.
even the other characters keep that to a bare minimum and of maybe 3 times in total. Superman's PG-13 rating can almost exclusively be attributed to its salty language. Thankfully, there are no F-bombs dropped, but it goes much further than the one or two hells and damns that made their way into 1978's Superman the movie. I stopped counting the damns halfway through, but there are a number of S-words, including those said by Superman, though, to be fair, he isn't saying them as a curse, but implementing their use in reference to him. The word, and this is what's crazy, this is what's fucking crazy to me. He's censoring these words, by the way.
Of course he is.
When I'm going to say these words, he is censoring these words. And I'm not joking. I am not joking one bit. Mm-hmm. I could pull you this up on screen. The word dick is seen via a text message 2 or 3 times. Son of a bitch is muttered once. God damn it is said once. Hell is thrown around quite a bit. Jackasses gets said at least once. Asshole gets tossed in once or twice. There was probably some more, but I wasn't paying extremely close attention to this until around halfway point when I thought I was getting out of hand and wanted to warn you.
Why is he going to the movie with a pen and paper? I don't understand how he's able to remember all of this.
No, I think he is.
He has to be. What is he?
He has to be. This is his job. This is his job. He's got memberships for this.
It's like a side job. There's no way he's making enough money to fucking live off of this. I hope to God he isn't.
He's probably some like shitty theater director, local theater director,
or
probably.
Just like a financer or some shit.
Yeah. This is the double D's thing. The Cat Crane character is hardly in the film, but her considerable assets should get their own film credit despite their limited time on camera. She wears a very low-cut, form-fitting dress throughout the movie. Even though she says and does little, her intentionally unmissable decolletage is almost prominently displayed in the scenes in which she appears, and quite a few of those scenes include her especially bouncy walk and even bouncier run. So keep this in mind. I want you to keep this in mind. He writes stuff like this and then says, I wish that the women, surprisingly, the women were like, he says this about women and then goes on to say that I'm not one for, what did he say? I'm all for not over-sexualizing women.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
this person who
I overanalyze
has
has
a larger bust, and that's just how she is, and how she presents is presented in the movie. I couldn't help but notice.
I couldn't help myself because I get no other attention from women.
This guy is a certified freak.
Oh, man, this sucks. This guy sucks so bad.
This guy sucks dick,
he just got even worse. Like, he was already bad, but this is like the worst.
This is bad, dude. I hate this guy.
Oh, man, dude. Just fucking...
Just give it up.
Just give it up.
That went on a little longer.
No. I'm glad that's we needed to get into it. Because it's surprising, because everybody is hailing this movie as the, super woke. And I thought this guy was gonna give it a takedown, but no, he likes Superman too much. It's probably his favorite movie. He probably has a Superman. Well, he probably doesn't have a Superman tattoo, but he probably wants one. He did give it more shit than it only being a 10% woke. I'll say that for sure.
I was gonna say
the way he went on about it, you would think at least like a 60-40.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 50-50, maybe like yeah.
He wants to like it though. Man, what a turd ball.
And then do any of the comments mention anything about?
It's just the same. It's just like people.
Yep, that's what I thought.
I don't even want to get into it. He did leave a comment here. So this is, I'm assuming in reply to this person right above here. I'm glad that the movie doesn't appear to be as woke as it seems given all the media hype. I still think we're going to wait and rent it via Amazon rather than spend the absurd amount of money that it takes to get the 9 of us out to the theaters. Holy shit. Who are you going with? What is this family? Who are you? Who do you have to bring with you? As more of a Batman fan than a Soups fan, I've never really gotten into the Superman movies as much. I'm probably in the minority here, but I really love Superman Returns with Brandon Routh and Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor. You're right on there, pal. I thought both actors did a pretty decent job with the characters, but that's my opinion. And then he responds, our friend James, not our friend, the guy who wrote the article. That's probably a good choice. Having seen it, I think, were I not a critic, I'd wait to rent it. But you loved it, though. He only did give it a B-, but like he was fucking gushing over this movie.
Also, that's the other thing is that I think as time goes on, I think we're probably going to see, like, I know that they want to talk about, like, you know, comic book accuracy and stuff like that, but a lot of the comic book female characters, especially like Hawkgirl is called Hawkgirl for a reason. She is a young person in some comics. Like
she's young in this. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. And so he's complaining about how short and young she looks in this movie.
And it's Latina.
Right.
Which is something you don't pick up on. You just don't. And like it's fine. Even if you did pick up on it, that's okay. It's perfectly fine.
He's talking about like she's got this like really thick Venezuelan accent.
Oh throughout. Yeah, like you would think that's what it is, but it's just.
God, this guy sucks.
I can't stand it. I can't talk about this guy anymore because he's gonna be like, you guys are obsessed with me.
I can't wait to see his Fantastic Four review because I think that will also be another one.
There is a movie I will not be seeing. It looks like dog shit. I have no desire to go see it. God bless everybody that worked on it. You guys are fine. I just don't like I just don't like these movies. You're fine. I'm not going to go see that though. I have no desire to see it. Just don't. Especially after seeing being disappointed in what I was hoping to expect from Superman. And that's what my get back to my Letterboxd thing. That's what my Letterboxd review is going to be. It's going to
be the worth it or woke.
I was just going to copy and paste that. No, it was literally because my whole thing with Letterboxd is I'm going to keep my reviews super short and I'm going to try to be funny. And it was just going to be like, I'm disappointed that I thought this movie was going to be better. And then that was going to be it. And then like, you know, it only gets these points because it had some funny people in it. And then the storyline. But anyways. That's it. Why don't we? Are we okay with skipping Star Wars trivia, or do you have it right there? We can skip that because we don't want to cross all these movies together. You know, it's gonna get confusing. And I also don't think there was too many spoilers in there. But apologies if there was any Superman spoilers. I don't think there was anything that was like too like way out of line.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, but the other thing I was gonna say is that my camera died, but that's okay. If I was between the age of 8 and 14, this movie would be fucking amazing. Like, yeah, that age should go see this movie because this movie is for kids. It does have one thing that I was like, whoa, that's fucking wild that they did that. Someone gets fucking executed right in front of Superman. With a fucking pistol to the head. And it's like an innocent guy just gets fucking offed.
That was the controversy with Zack Snyder's Superman, was that Superman snaps General Zod's neck. Like
oh shit, really? Yes, that's pretty tight.
He dies. And it's like Superman just like grabs his neck and like snaps it.
Whoa,
and it's like
shit.
And it's like this echoing stab. And people are like, Superman would never fucking do that. You're crazy for that shit.
Damn.
I remember as a kid, I remember being like, that was weird. Yeah. That was really weird.
Well, I think this would even be more shocking to see as a kid, if I'm being honest. I haven't seen that though, but this was like, I did not expect this to happen. It was kind of weird. It was like that shouldn't have happened in this movie.
Did anybody like in the movie, like in the theater, gasp at that?
Yeah, they were. I heard people being like, "What the fuck?" It was crazy. I don't know. Spoilers on that. I don't know. It's this. I don't know who the guy is, but it's like someone Superman knows. And like Lex Luthor is like holding him hostage, like in front of Superman, but Superman can't get to him. And then Lex Luthor is doing like he puts one bullet in a revolver, like a comically large revolver. And he like spins it. He's doing like Russian roulette, points it at him, makes Superman answer a question. He pulls the trigger on this innocent guy. It doesn't go off. It doesn't go off the first time. So he does it again. He's like, let's try again. He puts it up to him. He tries to ask him a question. It cuts to a wide and he fucking shoots him. And then he just like falls to the ground. And it was like, wait, why did that happen on the second time? And why did it happen at all? And it's just like this wide shot and Superman screams and then it cuts back and Lex is like, well, that was quick. It's like, it was so out of place.
Oh, it was so I didn't go see this movie. I feel like I enjoyed it.
You'll probably
a lot.
fucking love it.
I was going to say, I think I might like this movie.
You guys will like it. I know you'll like it. And I don't know why.
I don't
think any less of you, but
I enjoyed Deadpool.
You enjoy, exactly. You enjoy superhero movies, and I respect you for it. All due respect. I just don't get it. Let's get out of here, though. Let's do a Watcha Listen To real quick and then get out of here because my camera's dead and I don't want to change the damn battery. Damn it.
All right.
Yeah, what are you listening
to? This week I'm listening to gosh, I had a lot of songs stuck in my head this week. I'm gonna say this song from Rice Wine from 2017. They're a band that's kind of like Van Sire, kind of like bedroom pop.
Okay.
It's a very jazzy kind of. I think it's just instrumental. It is just instrumental. It's very like smooth jazz stuff, and it's not characteristic of their entire library, but there are some. And the song is "Bye Good Night," by Good Night, by Rice Wine.
Go check it out. Gavin, this week, tying into our Ozzy talk, I want to recommend Black Sabbath's first album titled Black Sabbath. I think I've recommended this on the show before. Maybe I just recommended the title song, which is also Black Sabbath, which I feel like this has to be the only occurrence ever in history of a band naming their album the name of the band, and their first song on their first ever album is the name of the band. It's so weird. But truly, like, knowing the history of this band and being like the first metal band, and this is the first song on the album, and it, like, no joke, I think Black Sabbath, the title track, is the heaviest song of all time. Truly. And like it's just the beginning of metal, and it is so dark and like sludgy, and like it's just it's so good. And I'm really upset that they didn't play this. They did not. This was not in their set list that they played. Yeah. But I always like it. Is it Black Sabbath's best album? Probably not. But it's the one I go back to so frequently because it's like so crazy that this is like, and even like the artwork and everything about this is like, it's crazy to think that this was like the birth of metal. It's and like to see that like all the things that are like still relevant about it. But also the song The Wizard on this album is great. It's just a good album. And it's crazy too because so that came out in 1970. In like February of 1970. And then in, I believe, like, I think it was like September. Let's see. September. Then in September of 1970, Paranoid comes out, which has War Pigs, Paranoid, Iron Man. So like whatever the fuck they were doing in 1970 was nuts. Like, it's crazy. That band is nuts, and that year for them is like wild that they released these fucking bangers. It's no wonder they became so popular. It's no wonder that they've lasted this many years. Let's get out of here. I don't want to talk about Superman ever again, but I probably will. Because it's just stuck in my head. Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Takes All Kinds Podcast, episode 224. Keep watching, keep listening, keep doing it, whatever you do. All right. Well said. See you next week.
What the fuck?